Sopranos, the whole game changed.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're like, Jesus, this is better than a movie.
Well,
this is a movie that's forever.
Because they made a character. It used to be the rule was the character has to be somebody you like, who you want to bring in your living room every week. That was the rule. And when you went to pitch a show and your character wasn't quote unquote likable, people were like, nah, it's not going to work. Along comes Tony Soprano, huge adulterer, murderer.
Kills his friends.
Oh, orders the assassination of his friend and tells his son to do his homework in the same breath. Talk about a dichotomy. And of course, as human beings, we're like, well, that's real life. That's how I feel sometimes.
He was the greatest mob character in the history
100%.
of mob characters. Over the top, down the hill, through the valley, up the mountain, through the ocean. Everyone else can suck his dick.
Yeah.
All of them. They all can suck his dick.
Well, we were talking about the best,
greatest of all time.
I think me and Shab and a couple other people were talking about the best overall character on TV ever.
Tony Soprano.
Yeah, I think it's got to be
Tony Soprano.
Either that or Walter White.
Walter White's a good bet too.
Yeah, I was torn between the two, and I think I ultimately went with Walter. But I might say now, because of peer pressure, Tony Soprano.
Yeah, you know, there's been some goddamn good ones. There's like, but his character we had so much time to get to know him.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just what was so different, was that it wasn't like television style, like show making.
Yeah.
It was movie making.
Right.
But it was a new thing because it was really complex, and you could do it over a long time. You could have a season, and you're going, you know, you're telling a story over months and months, and you're getting people addicted. It's a completely different experience.
Yeah.
And you realize, like, at a certain level, like, that show changed everything. That show changed everything. It was just so next level.
Yeah.
I never give a fuck about mob shows.
Yeah. Because
was there
in a
even
way,
one before that?
In a way, it wasn't even a mob show. In a way, it was a guy running two families, a crime family and his own family. That was the idea. So, you know, and so you were looking at a human being, and what I think they did an amazing job was, as evil as he was, they were putting him in impossible situations. You couldn't run that fucking crime family without being a complete motherfucker. Yet, he had to run his own family, make his marriage work, and all that shit. I think a lot of people identified with how impossible life is that way.
Yeah.
It's an extreme example, but, you know.
It is really. It's like we could almost, if you were born that guy in that guy's family, in that guy's life, in that guy's neighborhood, with that guy's experiences, you would be in the exact same situation as he is right now. A chain of events from the time you were shat out of your mother's vajayjay
That's right.
has led you to where you're at. It's just like looking at those North Korean